Hello, this is Gary Maloney for Sacktown Slam, and I'm here with Ivan.
I'm listening.
And we're going to go over the matches and our predictions on the No Mercy card. So let's start from the bottom and go to the top.
So the first match on the kickoff show is Elias versus Apollo Crews.
Okay, so Apollo Crews. He's a good talent. I like him. He's got talent, but his promo skills are god-awful. Versus Elias, who does that little jingle in the ring that he always does, talking smack about whatever town he's in, which I personally love. And his wrestling skills are not half bad. So, if you want to, look at who's got the hot hand, they've been giving Elias a lot of wins. So, I'm going Elias here. What about you?
I'm going Apollo Crews. You gave Akira Tozawa a push, and you took the title right away because that's apparently what WWE wanted to do. So why not give somebody else from Titus Worldwide another shot, a shot at something, winning something. Apollo Crews, I think he has the potential. He's not a bad wrestler, but you really don't see much of him. And I don't know. I want to see him win. I mean, it might be a good push maybe to start off.
Well,
but yeah.
It's an interesting situation. I'd love for this to turn into maybe a rivalry because there's so much competition for the IC title right now. But at the same time, if Elias wins, that would spring him, in my opinion, right into the IC title picture. So whatever WWE decides to do here could have potential fan implications to it. So I just hope that Apollo came ready to do a promo, much like other people that need to learn how to do a promo, which we'll get to in a minute.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. I'm not done with you yet. Next.
The next one is the Cruiserweight Championship. Neville against my boy, the Certified G, Enzo Amore, and you can't teach that.
Well, why don't you drop your dimes on the fans first?
So, if you've watched 205 like I do, you see how he's been winning. I think that's how he's going to win the Cruiserweight Championship, unfortunately. But the reason why I believe they're doing this, and it's, in my opinion, a little stupid, because you put him on 205 because he can't wrestle. He can't wrestle against bigger guys. Let me say that. He can't wrestle against Braun Strowman. He eats him alive every freaking time if they were to fight. They do this to basically let him win the title. Probably make him lose the title right away, more than likely. But to say, hey, Big Cass, you're injured doing nothing while I'm over here winning titles. Nah, type of deal. Acting like a little kid. Unfortunately, that's how the way I see it this is playing out. And I'm an Enzo fan. Don't get me wrong. I am an Enzo fan. But, he's going to be childish about it.
The thing is I don't see him winning. And the reason why is, number one, they sent him to 205 Live to punish him, especially after that bus incident. So why the hell would you give him the title if you're trying to punish him? Unless you were going to take it right away from him again, like they did with a Tozawa. I mean, personally, this match shouldn't even be taking place, and this should be Grand Metalik or Cedric Alexander fighting this dude. But, which, by the way, Cedric Alexander fought Zack Sabre Jr. this weekend at a Progress event. So, but my point here is that why are you giving title shots to a guy you're trying to punish? It makes If I had a dime for how much sense this made, you know how many dimes I'd have? 0 dimes! So I do not see him winning it. And if he does win it, then the next night on Raw, I just see Neville taking it right away from him again.
Or 205.
I don't even...
Because it's punishment. Why would you... I mean, yeah, sure, give him a title and to be even more of a jerk and say, oh, no, this is punishment. Take it away from him by letting Neville win. Just saying.
Well, I don't think they'd wait for 205. They'd probably do it on Raw just because there's a bigger stage there.
True.
So, anyway, next match.
The next match is Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
I'll start with this match. First of all, I don't even know why you're having this feud because it makes no sense. I don't even know why they are fighting. They're just, it's like, oh, I'm a god, and I created a god, and nah. It's like 2 kids on the playground trying to size each other up, you know? I feel like, I don't even know why they're fighting, but at this point, they had to create a reason for them to fight.
Which is them screwing each other over in matches. Well... Universal for Finn once, and then Intercontinental the second time for Finn. Bray Wyatt screwed him over not once, but twice. But Finn comes out on matches that are not even title-based or for even a title and then screws over Bray. They're acting like little kids, like you said, and they need to knock their shit off.
And they don't even mention these things with the feud. It's like this would... make the feud that much more meaningful to the fans if they were to actually mention these things. But they're not. So, I mean, as far as this feud, Bray lost the last one. But they don't push Bray that much.
Bray also lost here in Sacramento against Finn. At the live. They fought live at the WWE live show, house show. I get Finn versus Bray, and Bray lost. So this might be a potential where they're going into No Mercy and letting Bray win it, which would be different.
I agree it would be different, but WWE, I mean, they've been in hot potato mode, but at the same time... they've really wanted to push Finn. And while Finn doesn't have any chance in hell of getting a Universal title shot at the moment, I definitely see him as IC title material. So I see him winning against Bray. I mean, either way, I think it's a win because you need to strengthen that IC title division.
Well, if you want to... give a guy like Finn Balor a shot at a big title like WWE, send him to SmackDown. He could fight Bobby Roode. He could fight Shinsuke Nakamura. He could fight AJ Styles.
Well, until we get said fall shakeup that has been talked about since pre-SummerSlam, you know, make it happen. But until that time, he's IC and that's it.
Yeah.
So...
because you're not going to put him against the freaking monster like Bray Wyatt.
Or Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman will destroy him, unfortunately.
Braun Strowman would eat him, okay?
Samoa Joe would be a better shot for the guy. But you can't put Brock Lesnar or...
he also lost to Braun Strowman in NXT.
So, I'm just saying, that's why certain people, I believe, went to SmackDown Live instead of Raw.
Well, for whatever reason, I'm going Finn Balor. So what about...
I'm going Finn. Finn Balor, I want to see him win.
All right.
I can't... I like Bray, but I don't believe he's going to beat him.
Neither
because
do I.
Because they're trying to give more of a push to Finn than not.
Okay, so we agree on Finn. Next.
The next match is the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz versus my boy, Jason Jordan.
Okay, this is extremely complicated. So allow me to get into this. I could see Jason. I think Jason Jordan's going to win, period. But it's going to be in one of two ways. Either the Miz Taraj is going to interfere and cause a DQ, which then causes a rematch on Raw, where he will win in front of a national audience. Or he wins it straight up and then defends it and keeps it on Raw for, and then the Miz goes on the back burner for a while, which needs to happen because Miz has had the IC title for the better part of a year. And while Ziggler did have it there for a while and Ambrose had it there for a little while, Miz for the better part of a year. I think it's been like 8 months.
About 8-9 months.
He's had that title. And it's time for him to let that go.
Because even God forbid, which I hope they don't do, try to push him to win the Universal Championship, that'd be funny. You can't do it, I believe, holding both titles. I'm sorry.
Well, first of all, I think if I were to put a dime on every chance Miz has to win the Universal title, you know how many dimes there would be there?
Just one.
0 dimes!
Zero dimes.
So, honestly, to be fair, I think that Jason Jordan, as far as the IC title is concerned, I don't want to say it's a lock, but the Intercontinental title, I feel, is in his direct future. There's a lot of talent to go through for the Intercontinental title, whether it's Bray, whether it's the Hardy Boys, whether it's, Elias, whether it's Apollo Crews, whether it's any of those guys, I think that there's a lot of potential there for him to have growth, for him to be able to just be a better, he's a great wrestler, but he needs more time on the mic. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I really haven't heard, besides, say one more thing about my dad and I'm going to beat the crap out of you. Really? That's the best you got, Jason Jordan? Really?
I like his charisma in the ring. I won't deny that. When he starts ripping off his tights and shit.
And he starts throwing people around like the rag dolls?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He's like, "Rah! Me Hulk smash!" That's good. I love that. That's great, But he does need more time on the mic, and I think having the title will give him that time. So, would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else before we go on to the next match?
No.
All right, what's the next match?
Next match is my boys Believe in the Shield. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. They're not calling themselves the Shield. I wish they would, because it'd be more amusing. But they're facing the Bar. Little stupid, whatever the fuck they do.
Versus
retarded versus the Shield.
Okay. You want to go
fuck
first?
The Revival?
Yes, fuck the Revival. Now, do you want to go first or?
I personally.
All right, go first.
Believe Dean Ambrose and. So, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are going to win and retain. I don't know what the heck has been going on anyways in the first place because, if I'm not mistaken, Sheamus was supposed to be doing a movie, and I believe that's why they haven't had the titles, but you really haven't seen him gone. He's been there.
He's been out like 1 week here and 1 week there, but never consecutive weeks.
Exactly. So is he going to be only bits and parts in a movie, or are they filming more than what they're supposedly? They're going faster with the film so he could wrestle and try to win the tag team titles, but I don't see them winning the tag team titles.
Well,
Give it to the... If you're going to...
he's obviously not Bebop, Rocksteady, whatever the fuck part he played
Right.
in Ninja Turtles. He was gone for a while for that, but this is obviously not that kind of situation.
I personally want to see maybe if they're tag teams. They're a tag team. They're calling them Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy tag teams. But maybe them fight the Hardy Boys for the titles. Or maybe see them fight the club for it. Or, somebody else if they find another tag team. I don't know. Right now, they're, like you have said before, running low. They don't, on both Raw and SmackDown Live, really don't have much of tag teams.
Okay, and now getting to that point, number one, and I want to get, are you done? First of all?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off. That's kind of like dick move, and we want to be too sweet.
Too sweet.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on this match. I also think that Seth and Dean are going to win, but here's my reasons for it. Number one, I think they're going to win because it would be a good idea to have a title on Seth right when the video game's coming out. You're having merch problems. You're having problems selling tickets. The Shield were a huge part of the early 2010s. So to take that off of them would be a mistake. You're going to sell more tickets, more video games, and more merch with the titles on them than you are with the titles off them. So, and with the game coming out, you want a title on Seth Rollins. No matter what title it is, you're going to want a title on Seth Rollins. And make no mistake about it, I do not think it is a coincidence that they have a title on that fool right now, right before the video game's coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're going to lose just based on that. I also don't think they're going to lose based on the fact that outside the Hardys, who are also contesting for singles titles, which sort of puts them outside the tag division in a certain way, there's only one face team, and that's them. So you can't have them breaking up like a friggin' Hype Bros or a freaking Enzo and Cass. You rip apart all your tag teams. Who are you going to have left to face for the tag titles?
Gable and, too soon.
That's SmackDown, bro.
I know. I'm being that guy right now.
Yeah, don't be that guy. I mean, if you want to put up heavy machinery on Raw, I'd love that. But, outside some of these early teams like the Street Profits and, Sabatelli and Riddick Moss and AOP and Sanity and all these great tag teams that have
on NXT.
Unfortunately, the tag team divisions are bone dry right now, and you kind of got to work with what you got on Raw and SmackDown. So keep the tag titles on the people that have the hot hand, and that would
the ones that are gonna make you money.
Money, 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 money. Everybody has got a price. Okay, so I think we have a consensus on that one. Next match.
I believe the next match.
I can fly? No.
Oh, God. What the hell? The next match was originally supposed to be a fatal 4-way. Now it's a fatal 5-way. And I'm talking about the Women's Championship.
Why?
Alexa
Is
Bliss.
4th or 5th fatal 5-way this year?
5th.
Dun, dun, dun.
They have a habit of doing that.
This year?
There's been more fatal 5-ways and 6-pack challenges and like regular matches, which is really weird, but In the Women's Championship, we have the champion Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Emma.
I'm the Women's Revolution.
And
I'm
Bayley.
hashtag shut up. Now, you want to go first, or should I go first? Okay. Okay, fine. I'll go first. Okay, first of all, no way in hell Emma's winning this. Hashtag you're in this match to take the
pinned.
fall or submit, whatever. Eva. Hashtag Emma sucks and she didn't start the women's revolution. Now, other hashtags. Potential heel turn for Sasha Banks if she taps out Bayley. I mean, I could see that happening. And maybe give a fresh start for those two. I could see Bayley winning and them giving a fresh start for Bayley. Or, I mean, the only way Alexa, I think, is going to retain is going to be if someone talks into a computerized thing and says, Alexa, retain. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, though, I think that Alexa Bliss, it's hard to say whether they want her to retain or not. Because you usually put people in these fatal 5-ways because the odds against them are very, very, very large. They have a 20% chance of winning. That's it. She could walk out the winner. I mean, it's between 5 people and there's no friggin' DQ. So I could see her grabbing a chair and just being Kia on freaking Nia Jax. I could also see Nia Jax coming out with a Big Show sized chair and going Kia to all those little toothpicks that are called women, you know.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like, we don't have like big women anymore, like China or Beth Phoenix or Victoria. They were on the bigger side. They weren't these little dinky little Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, freaking Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss here. Jesus Christ, they're small.
Alexa Bliss is small because she's 5 feet tall, but she is kind of ballsy with her moveset. So.
Yeah, and then Piper Nevin is going to come out of nowhere and squeeze her. Squash her.
Oh, man. I can't. Piper Nevin. That should be one interesting if WWE does sign her. I'd love to see that chick with the really long hair that's a whip. What's her name?
Her last name is Belair, I believe.
Bianca Belair. Yeah. Just straight up do one of the... She's got like this long hair and she whips somebody on NXT and it sounded like a gunshot. Oh my gosh.
Even if you bring and sign the German freak chick, who I think might secretly have a penis.
Yeah.
She's
I believe
very manly.
Yeah, General Tuck It In.
I'm just saying, there's potential to bring bigger chicks because of the Mae Young.
Well,
and we need more bigger chicks. I'm tired of seeing
you
these
do
big
have
little
Sonya
20-year-old bitches.
Deville who signed also. Or excuse me, gosh dang it, you're the chick from MMA.
Shania Blazer.
Oh gosh.
Is it Blazer?
No. It's.
Wow.
But yeah,
I'm
that's a blank.
brain fart.
Yeah, brain fart. But Shayna Baszler with an L. Yeah, she could very well change a lot of things, as could, the winner, of course, of the
Asuka 2.0.
Yeah, pretty much. Whose name was Miss Weeaboo Pirate Chick.
Yeah, Weeaboo. I'm gonna stick with that because
Well, yeah, we're like really bad with remembering names, and my apologies, but
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, honestly, these women, with all due respect though to the women from the Mae Young Classic, I think they are going to be the ones to shake up the women's division. I mean, they're like Women's Revolution 2.0.
Yeah, and we need more women, but at the same time, I'm tired of seeing like the whole tag team thing. They need more tag teams. They need more women, and they need more tag teams. That's what WWE needs.
Well,
you can't have the divisions of tag team divisions and not have a set amount of tag teams. Are you freaking kidding me?
Granted, we're kind of going off script here, so let's keep it back on script on that women's match. Obviously, Emma's there to take the fall.
Yeah.
If I were to choose a winner, it would, one of three things are going to happen. One, Asuka's going to show up and, shortly after Nia Jax wins. Emma could retain, or Alexa Bliss, could retain. Yeah, Emma's going to get the belt when hell freezes over. But Alexa Bliss could retain, or it could be Sasha when she makes a heel turn and taps out Bayley. I do not see them pushing Bayley. If their agenda was to push Bayley, she would have come back a very long time ago, and they would have made a bigger deal about her coming back. I don't know why they inserted her in. I think it would have been a smarter idea to wait and have her make her come back this upcoming Monday. But this just, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, what's your take on it?
I have two picks here. My two picks is Nia Jax. Why would you put Nia Jax in there and not even give her a chance? I mean, you already have had Bayley hold the title, Sasha's hold the title, Alexa Bliss hold the title. The only person in this match that has not hold the title besides Nia Jax is Emma, but Emma's not going to win. It'd be weird. It'd be random if she wins. I don't know why they would do that, but that seems stupid. Maybe she wins and loses it to Asuka. I don't know. But that's about the only way she'll win, because Asuka will show up. Asuka will show up and just be like handed a freaking women's title, because technically she never lost the title on NXT. She only lost it because she was hurt and moving to upper SmackDown.
She forfeited it, which means and she is not the first woman to forfeit the NXT title. Do you know who the first woman was?
Sasha.
No.
Becky.
Paige.
Huh. Neat.
You're pasty white British chick.
I'll throw her down a flight. Anyways, my choice is Nia Jax or Bayley. The reason why I say Bayley is every time she has won the title, she's either lost it because of injury or she's lost it because they make her lose it right away. Give you a good example. She wins the title, goes to San Jose, her hometown, not even a freaking pay-per-view, loses it to Alexa Bliss. Are you freaking kidding me? And then she comes back from injury, ironically, in San Jose, and she's thrown in the match. I think that's a little weird, but she got the match because she never got the proper rematch anyways. So that's why I say Bayley is my second choice.
All right, so it seems like there are a few scenarios that could happen in this match. When you throw 5 people into a match, it's hard to pick a winner. But if you had to pick one, who would it be?
If I had to pick one, it's Bayley.
I'm going Nia Jax. I think it's about time they give her the ball and let her run with it for a while.
But anything's possible because, like you said, it's a fatal 5-way. It's not an elimination match, and it is no disqualification. So anybody could grab a freaking weapon and beat the crap out of the other 4 and then 1, 2, 3 and easily win it.
Because I'm the women's revolution. Hashtag I'm going to be a cheap, I'm going to go Clegane here and say I'm a cheap little... Okay, so...
How you doing?
Yeah. 0 dimes! Okay, next match.
The next match is Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
You can have this one for the moment.
My opinion, John Cena's going to bury him. First of all, Okay, how are you gonna sit there and talk crap and you can't even cut a promo? And John Cena's like, yeah, hey, that's a microphone that's used to cut a promo. You calling me a B word, but you can't even cut a promo. When it comes to No Mercy, it's going to be like a drug test. You ain't passing me, homeboy, and then throws a mic. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Why are you so mean, John Cena? Why?
Not to mention, during their first little promo, he really made him look stupid. You know, he was like, it's a promo. If you're going to be at the top of this business, you got to learn how to cut it, homie. I mean, like, wow, somebody got pimp slapped. You know what I mean?
Yep. And John Cena, in my opinion, John Cena is going to literally bury the crap out of Roman Reigns. Because he wants to talk about, oh, you bury younger superstars and so you want to be buried? You want to talk about buried? He's going to bury you, Roman. Bury you.
You know what? And to an extent, I'll agree with that. For his first, I want to say 9-10 years, that's exactly what he was doing. He was burying young talent so he could get ahead. Because he was the one who was seen as the heir apparent to The Rock. Now, after his first 10 years, which would have been 2015, I'd say after 2015, he really kind of made a turnaround. And I think that he was willing to take a hit. Like, he took a loss to Nakamura, you schmuck. He took a loss to AJ Styles, you schmuck. So you want to talk about burying talent? He took a loss to freaking Randy Orton, you schmuck. He took a loss to Kevin Owens, you schmuck. You want to talk about burying talent? The only one burying talent is Roman Reigns, who thinks he can get ahead by committing vehicular assault on freaking, Braun Strowman. So, honestly, you want to talk about burying young talent? This is going to be the most buried alive of buried alive matches.
And it's not even a buried alive match.
I mean, if I'm picking a winner here, because I have to pick a winner, and I don't mean the one in my nose. Boy. Promo-wise, this has been all John Cena. And at this point, the company seems less and less behind Roman Reigns. Just month after month, ticket sales have plummeted despite what Roman Reigns wants to say on the mic. I mean, they were literally tarping over sections in Las Vegas and freaking in the Bay Area here in California because they couldn't sell the tickets. If they were selling tickets, then Roman Reigns would be at the top being like, "Hey, punk ass, I'm the one selling the tickets. You're out filming movies about Bumblebee. Why don't you go get in your car and drive away?" That would have been a better promo than what he put on, right?
Yeah.
So, I'll be honest with you. I think John Cena wins this, just like The Rock won one over with John Cena. But I also don't believe this is the end of that feud.
Yeah, I agree because I don't think it's going to be WrestleMania they're going to fight. They're probably going to do, like you said, John Cena lost to The Rock and then The Rock lost to John Cena. Both matches were ironically at WrestleMania. So this year, No Mercy, John Cena is going to win. Next year, No Mercy, they're going to have another match. And Roman Reigns is going to win. And yes, and stupidly, for whatever reason, I have a feeling they're going to wait a year.
I don't think they'll wait a year. I think they'll wait till maybe something like Royal Rumble and have a rematch.
No. Yeah. That'd be better, to be honest, because that's a shorter time, but...
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you do have Survivor Series, and they could be looking at each other from different teams there, but we'll see what happens, I suppose, in the next month or so as to how they want to, get that up, seeing as John Cena is a free agent.
So
you
he
know,
does what he wants.
that's exactly. So what's the next match, Holmes?
The next match and the final match for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar versus the Beast Among Men, Braun Strowman.
Brock Lesnar. Don't piss off the beast. Don't break the 11th commandment. Suplex City, bitch.
Now, would you like to take the control on this one, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. And now that we've heard from Parrot Heyman, honestly, as far as who's going to win, I do not want Brock. There's who I want to win and who I think will win. I do not want Brock to win, but I just get the impression that they're going to let Brock ride with this title until WrestleMania, which is bullshit. As far as that's who I think will win. As far as who I want to win, I want Strowman to win. That way he can have a few times of defending that title. Allow a Joe versus Strowman match. Allow a rematch between Strowman and Roman. I'm not done with you yet. You know. Especially if Roman does beat John Cena, he's going to be like, well, I want my shot at the title. You know. But then he'll have to face Braun Strowman. You know.
Exactly.
So and since it's already been stated that he has no more appearances for the rest of the year. So why give a guy your quote unquote top title for the rest of the year during football season and baseball playoffs when you know good and well that Strowman can carry that torch? So I want Strowman to win, but I think Brock will win. What about you?
So, here's my whole outlook on this situation. I believe Brock Lesnar's going to lose. Now, I say that because rumor has it he has a couple matches, literally a couple matches for whatever reason in the UFC coming up. So, you give the title...
Which were canceled, by the way, because his opponent got busted by USADA. So
you suck, whoever you fucking retards are. Anyways, so I mean, even if that's the case, I want to see Strowman win. Now, what I think is going to happen is Paul Heyman has a habit of doing this. Strowman's going to win. Paul Heyman's turning on Brock. I guarantee you. Strowman wins, Paul Heyman's turning on Brock. Paul Heyman did it to Brock to Big Show, from Big Show to RVD, from RVD back to Brock, from RVD to CM Punk back to Brock Lesnar.
Not to mention Curtis Axel.
Oh, Curtis Axel, he was just a little footnote.
Yeah. My new client who meant nothing in the scheme of things.
So, yeah, I personally think Braun Strowman wins, and Paul turns on Brock and starts, my client, the monster among men, Braun Strowman. It's what's going to start happening.
What? Braun Strowman, the monster among men. He beat up the beast. Don't piss off the monster.
Don't break the 11th commandment. He's going to do all that crap, but with Strowman. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree with that. So, we agreed and disagreed here and there, but I'd say overall, definitely an agreement. If they do this pay-per-view right, this pay-per-view is definitely WrestleMania worthy.
It'll be actually one of the better pay-per-views
of the year.
Of this year.
Because
main pay-per-views, not including the NXT, because there's a lot of NXT that outshines it. So,
well, NXT has outshined everything this year, and that ain't no joke, folks. WrestleMania was a joke, okay? SummerSlam, an even bigger joke. You know, Royal Rumble, meh. You know, I have to be honest here. The best pay-per-view so far this year has been NXT Brooklyn 3. Hands down. You know, I don't know if you agree with that, but that's how I feel.
I liked a lot of the NXT pay-per-views a lot better, but there, in my opinion, a couple of them been, in my opinion, some of the pay-per-views just, in my opinion, been as good as NXT pay-per-views. Not better, I will never say better, but as good, yes.
Such as what?
There has never been, this year, a pay-per-view better, WWE-wise, main roster-wise, better.
See, and this is my problem. And I want to talk about this year's Battleground versus last year's Battleground. This year's Battleground was full of a bunch of gimmick matches and a lot of rushed storylines. Last year's Battleground, oh my goodness, so much better. I mean, you had the Club and AJ Styles versus Enzo and Big Cass versus John Cena. You had Sasha versus Charlotte. You had Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. You had freaking oh my goodness. You had the Shield triple threat. I mean, how do you get any better than that? This year's Battleground, you had Randy Orton versus freaking Jinder Durga Mahal in a Punjabi prison match where the Great Khali came out and choked him out and cost him the match. Like, really? And how the hell did the Singh brothers get in that Punjabi prison? I will never know. Then you had a lot of meaningless matches, in my opinion, because I don't even remember them.
In my opinion, if you're going to have a guy like the Great Khali, and I get that it's Punjabi prison matches, why you would have Khali, but why would you just have Khali come back? That's all he does and then just disappear again. That's stupid.
Yeah, so
there's a Khali, there's a choke.
So,
choke Randy.
Pay-per-view quality this year overall, with the exception of NXT, has been really bad. So I get why they really booked this the way that they did. And I'm hoping that we get what we want out of it.
Well, we still have 3 months of this year, too. So I'm hoping, if this is a good pay-per-view, the rest of the year for main roster pay-per-view wise, I hope it's good.
Admittedly, Hell in the Cell is looking good, but honestly, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, that all hinges on whether Shinsuke Nakamura takes that title and takes it to new heights, because Durga Mahal don't belong in the title picture. Fuck Jinder. And I will say that one more time. Fuck Jinder Mahal. I am so tired of his racist banter, which xenophobia is just an analogy for racism. Rip off the Band-Aid and call it what it is, WWE. I am tired of hearing, you xenophobic, nya, 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 nya. You know what, shut up.
And then he turns around and then be racist towards Shinsuke and try to talk.
You all look the same. You know what? Fuck Jinder Mahal. Say it with me. Fuck Jinder Mahal. Because I'm so done with Jinder and his... This is... It's not completely Jinder's fault. Because who do you think handed him those lines? It was Vince McMahon, Road Dogg, who's also uncreative, and Michael P.S. Hayes. So, but at the same time, this thing is supposed to be about the WWE title. And I don't want to go on too big of a rant about this, but that whole thing's supposed to be about the WWE title.
Yeah.
And yet, it's all about racism and xenophobia. and he's not even getting a chance to stand up for himself. They give him 30 minutes on the mic? Really?
Like, and then Shinsuke's like,
I'll see you at Hell in a Cell.
And then walks away.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Well, you can't really have a guy cut a promo when his English is as shoddy as
But here's the thing. Back in NXT, it didn't used to be about his promos. When someone was
crap out of him.
Exactly. When someone was talking shit about Nakamura, he would go out there and just be like, Kia! You know? Like, it ain't about talking. It's about my fists in your face.
Talking is over. We're fighting right now.
Exactly. Talking is overrated. And quite frankly, I don't want to watch Tweedledee and Tweedledum laugh at some stupid racist jokes. Oh, look at me. I'm laughing at Aladdin and all his jokes. You know? Like, shut up. You know, I'm so done with Jinder Mahal. And I'm glad that their tour of India is almost over.
India.
Because maybe he will lose the belt. Because obviously the reason they're asking about a premium tier for the WWE Network is they did not get the subscription rates they wanted from India. So they're trying to jack up the price on us, the consumers who have had it for years. And I swear you start putting pay-per-views behind that paywall, I ain't going to care about no damn pay-per-views. So, yeah. And quite frankly, that just, I will pirate that shit. I will be like your weeaboo pirate motherfucker and get that shit, like, on my computer. Because I ain't going to sit here and play no games. You know how many dimes I'm going to spend on a premium tier? 0 dimes! So, you know, unless you give me free stuff and, you know, airfare to get to these said events and freaking, you know, all these other third-party companies you mentioned, I don't care about a second season of Legends House. I didn't even watch the first one. Do I care about a WWE version of Game of Thrones? No. So it's just like some of these ideas sound really good, and some of them just mulling it over a year just sound really bad. I mean, I don't know what all that sounds like to you.
I don't watch half of the stuff they talk about. Like, I watched the animated thing that they had where...
Storytime?
No, not Storytime, the other one. They had a different... No, maybe it was Storytime. Stone Cold Steve Austin was a kid, and they were having him as...
Camp WWE. Yeah,
that was entertaining. I didn't watch Storytime. Camp WWE was amazing. Then they just stopped it, and I'm like, oh... Yeah, okay. That's one less thing I'm watching on the network. Edge and Christian, Reek of Total Awesomeness, I was watching. And then you take it off, so guess why I stopped watching? Because, you know, there's no point.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to reel us in, don't put it behind a paywall. I mean, really, you know, some of us do not have infinite amounts of money. We're not made of money. We're not like the Maharaja and have infinite amounts of money, you know, just because we got ourselves jacked up on human...
Shinsuke Nakamura, Durka, Habala, Durka, Shinsuke Nakamura, Durka.
Yeah, because that's about...
Like, what?
Durka xenophobia, Durka, you know?
It's like, yeah, you know what? You just made the list.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I would love for Chris Jericho to come out there and put him in his place. Oh my goodness.
You want to talk about a talented guy on the mic? There you go, Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, they don't call him the GOAT for nothing. So
that's the other shirt. He's selling, but that's besides the point.
But, yeah. Well, I am Gary Maloney, and I am here with my friend Ivan.
Listening.
And this has been your predictions
No Mercy.
For No Mercy 2017.
Baby!
From Sacktown Slam. Thank y'all for watching.